Hi, I'm Sean Coppins with Great Lakes Bankruptcy Center. We have office locations in Warren and Southfield, serving Macomb, Oakland, Wayne counties, and all of southeastern Michigan. Today we're going to be talking about some myths and misconceptions surrounding bankruptcy. I've distilled it down to the top 5 that I found my clients repeatedly asking me about, and I'll be addressing these in this video. The first myth that I want to talk about today is that the new bankruptcy law is making it possible for the average person to file for bankruptcy. This is not true. Granted, there were new bankruptcy laws enacted in 2005 that make it procedurally more difficult for people to file for bankruptcy. However, the laws simply impose qualifications on people, and we still find that most of the people seeking relief under Chapter 7 of the Bankruptcy Code are able to qualify for Chapter 7. The new changes in the laws do not affect virtually anybody's ability to file for relief under Chapter 13 of the Bankruptcy Code. The second myth that I want to discuss is that people believe that their credit rating will be ruined for 10 years after filing bankruptcy. Nothing could be further from the truth. One of the major factors involved when assessing your credit score is your debt-to-income ratio. Bankruptcy will help you in this regard by eliminating your old bills. It gets rid of credit card debt, old medical bills, and also eliminates any deficiency balances that you may have for vehicles that have been repossessed or returned, or homes that have gone into foreclosure. Getting rid of that debt while continuing to earn your income will dramatically alter your debt-to-income ratio, and we find that most of our clients, after a year to 18 months after their discharge in bankruptcy, see their credit scores increase rather significantly. The next myth that we'll talk about is one that I get asked about all the time. This one deals with married couples. And does the fact that you're married require you to both file for bankruptcy? The answer is no. We can still do an individual filing for one of the debtors in a married couple if the debt is structured in such a way that it makes that an attractive option for us. We do find that most couples share the debt load that they carry and have mostly joint debt. Obviously, in that case, it's not going to be beneficial to that couple to file bankruptcy for only one of the spouses. But in certain other circumstances, we see that one person does carry most of the debt load. In those circumstances, we can file bankruptcy for that person, and the non-filing spouse doesn't have to disclose their creditors or worry about notifying anybody that they're doing business with. The next myth that we'll discuss is whether or not you'll lose property during the filing of bankruptcy. This is an important point because I think most people are afraid to inquire about bankruptcy because they see Chapter 7 is referred to as a liquidation bankruptcy. It is true that the trustee in a Chapter 7 will take non-exempt assets, liquidate them for cash, and use the proceeds to pay your creditors. However, we find that most people filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy do not have any non-exempt assets. The Bankruptcy Code provides for certain exemption limits on various categories of property that are quite reasonable. We find that most of our clients that come to us and inquire about Chapter 7 don't have any property that exceeds the limits of the exemptions available to them in Chapter 7. We'll be talking more about the exemptions in another video. The last myth that I want to talk to you about is the causes of bankruptcy. People are under the general belief that overspending or financial irresponsibility is the cause of most bankruptcies. This is not true. We find that most of our clients considering bankruptcy have been confronted with health issues, recent job losses, a failed business, or a messy divorce. Certainly these things can't be planned for, and in experiencing them and the other financial hardships that we have in our state right now are the primary causes for most people seeking relief under the Bankruptcy Code. Just because you're filing for bankruptcy, it doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. Again, I invite you to contact one of my offices and ask any questions that you may have. Oakland County office can be reached at 248-508-3290, and our Macomb County office can be reached at 586-751-0700. Again, I'm Sean Coppins with Great Lakes Bankruptcy Center.